75 points up for grabs. 60 points is the championship gap, with 3 rounds of this championship remaining, including this one. Hello everyone, welcome to Mexico for round 18 of the race department Formula 1 championship on the PS4. Jamie Mayers bringing you the action as per usual. Just want to say apologies for the fact that there was no broadcast last week. It was of course my birthday, so I was yes, enjoying myself. Unfortunately, it was apparently quite a good race at Kota last week. Mitchell getting the victory. Ben Goldie taking second. And our championship leader, Sean, crossing the line there in 4th position in what was a dry to wet race, I believe. This one's going to be a wet qualifying and a wet race. Sorry, dry qualifying and a dry race. Not the best turnout, if I'm perfectly honest. We've only got 14 of our 20 drivers. I haven't got a second commentator alongside me, and we've got at least 3 people, 2 to 3 people that aren't regulars anyway. So this might be a bit of a tough one to follow, so I do apologise if I do get a couple of the names mixed up. Some of the people that aren't usually here. McSendit going fastest on the 16.3. I believe his name is Connor. This guy goes fastest on a 15.9. Got Drew currently out on a hot lap. In such a while, I've forgotten to enable everything else. Gerald in the middle sector. We've got Alex crossing the line to go 4th. Drew in the stadium somewhere. Got Mitchell goes fastest on a 15.4. We've got Sean starting his lap. And ride on board with him as he takes on the Mexico circuit. Nice and smooth through turns 1, 2 and 3. Get over to the right hand side, up to 8th gear. Drops it down to 3rd, little lock up on the left front there, but gets it to perfectly fine. This annoying double apex right hander into the sweepers. are very stable, flat out for a lot of it. Up to the left hand side, break into the stadium section. Of course, if you carried on there, you would be heading towards the Peraltada. Out of the last corner. Is this going to put him fastest? Yes, it does, by 0.4 of a second. Sean wanted to stamp his authority once again. Like I said, he finished 4th last time out when his championship rival won the race. Here comes Drew across the line. He goes P6. 1 second off the pace. Pretty sure he'd be quite disappointed with that. But of course, this is only the first run, so I'm sure he's going to go again. Everybody coming into the pits. We've got this guy in the Toro Rosso, who I believe has already been out on circuit. I guess he abandoned his lap, because he's on an out lap now. Gatis up to P3 as well while we were watching Sean. We've also got James down in 14th place, having not set a lap time either. This is another one of our newcomers to this series. Let's see what pace he can come out with. Guy, the first one out on the track to make a second run of things. Hopefully in 2018 we'll have the sector times to the leader rather than the person's previous lap, because I don't know what kind of first sector Marquez has done in comparison with Sean. Hopefully Mitchell can find a little bit of time. I mean, I'd rather Sean didn't keep that 0.4 gap, if I'm perfectly honest. Just for the show, if anything else. Marquez at the final corner, nearly tagging the wall on the outside and abandons the lap, so I'm guessing that lap got invalidated. Here comes James to start his lap. Oh, and he's lagging pretty badly. And again, I think we've got Jerry as the host for tonight's event. So as Drew's in the barrier down at the that's down at the stadium section. I guess he just locked straight up and went into the wall. I doubt he would have done that on purpose. Where did James put it? James put it P11. Look at that, Jerry up there in 5th place. Greg crosses the line to start his flying lap. Also got Gatis out on track on his flying lap. Sean and Mitchell are yet to start theirs. He's cruising. Look at that, Jerry up to P3. Great lap there. Just a 10th behind Mitchell. Gonna be super happy with that. James retires from the session, P10. He obviously can't get another run in. Here comes Guy to finish his lap. Where does he go? He stays P5. Improves his lap time, but not his position. Quite confused to see that Harry's down there in 12th. Here we go. Who's ahead on circuit? It's Sean ahead on circuit, so we shall follow him. See what he's doing. Oh, big slide coming out of the S's. Into the stadium section he goes. A little bit of a lock up into that silly little hairpin. Gets the car in nicely. Back end stays in check. And he's backed off, so obviously he's had a poor final sector. Here comes Mitchell across the line. Pole position for Mitchell, 14.9, the only driver into the 14s. That is crucial for him. Marquez up to P4. Here comes Gatis out the final corner. Where's he going to go? He's P5. That seemingly is it for qualifying. Everybody's either in the pits or completed their laps. As you can see, Mitchell takes the pole position from Sean. Jerry up there in 3rd, fantastic lap by him. Marquez, the newcomer, in 4th. Gatis in 5th, Guy in 6th, Alex in 7th, Drew in 8th. He's going to want to do something more with that in the race. McSendit, aka Connor, is in 9th. Luke is in P10. Hasnain 11th. James 12th. Harry 13th. And Gerard rounds out your grid. There you have it. 9/100ths of a second covers the front row of the grid, and it's a pretty big gap. You've got half a second to 3rd. I mean, it's quite close, up to about 8th. Decent lap times all round. Surprised at Harry being 2.2 seconds off the pace though. So he had a mare of a qualifying session. So here we go. Just waiting for all of the drivers to get back into the session. And of course, press ready. Which they have done now. As you can see, the countdown has started. So we're about 22 seconds away from the start of this race. Which one of our championship protagonists is going to lead the 890 meters from turn number 1 to the grid? We're about to find that out. Here we go, the lights are on. We've got Mitchell on the right, we've got Sean on the left. And away we go in Mexico. It's a good start. Jerry already side by side with Sean, so Sean didn't get the start that he wanted. Mitchell moves across to the inside to cover him off. We're about 4 or 5 wide in the middle. Contact there between Sean and Mitchell as Jerry tries to go around the outside of Mitchell into turn 1 but can't do it. Slots into second place. Everybody, I think, was safely through the first couple of corners. Safely Tom down there in 15th position. We've got Hasnain losing a place. We've got Gatis up there in 5th. We've got Alex up there in 4th position. And that looks like Drew attacking one of the Toro Rossos and going quite wide. If I remember rightly, the game doesn't exactly punish you that much for running that wide. Back to the front though. Look at that, Mitchell's already pulled out a 1.1 second lead, and it's only the end of lap 1. Sean is going to hope that he can slipstream past Jerry down into turn 1, but it doesn't look like he will. Certainly not close enough. So he may have to take the pain just for a lap or 2. Of course, he isn't going to let Mitchell, as Hasnain and Harry are coming to some grief. Down at the back. Oh, look at that, Sean having a look. Can't quite do it. All the time he's stuck behind Jerry, he's losing time. He's lost half a second in the first sector of this lap alone. As we ride on board with him, he's probably going to dive to the inside here. He's got to remember that he's got Alex right behind him as well. Sean down the inside. I'm not sure if that was Jerry moving out of his way or if that was just a dive from Sean, but Sean got the job done and nearly caught Alex out. We've got Drew and Marquez in the scrap as well. DRS enabled. 2.2 seconds now is the lead gap. Sean is going to want to close that down as quickly as possible. Of course, there are 33 laps of this race remaining. So anything's possible. Remember, whilst DRS was activated on that lap, I don't think anybody really had it to activate. Of course, we should be seeing the DRS passes in the next lap. Imagine Drew's wanting to get past Marquez as quickly as possible. Well, he needs to watch out running wide like that. Yellow flags in sector 2. That's James off the road. How on earth has he ended up there? broken front left suspension. Yeah, how on earth has he managed that? As Sean sets the fastest lap of the race. Brings the gap down to 2 seconds. We've got Drew and Marquez down into turn 1. Drew around the outside. Locks up. That's going to give Marquez the run. Around the outside. They bang wheels. And look at that. There's the other Toro Rosso coming through. Connor. Which one's going to prevail? I think it's Marquez that leads that battle. Connor up into 2nd place. Drew down to 9th in that battle. Oh, Drew's going to try and go around the outside. Good lad. Can't quite do it. That's put Luke right on the back of the pack as well. And Gerard. And Hasnane's not that close behind. Far away either. Drew having a look down the inside and takes 8th place from Marquez. Wow, Luke very deep on the brakes. It is indeed on the PlayStation 4. DRS train now active. He's going to try and do the same move that he did to Marquez the lap before. Round the outside into turn 1. Can't do it. As Connor quite nicely defends that place. He needs to be careful because his teammate Marquez is right behind him. Let's run it a little deep. But Drew attacking him now. 5 cars in this battle. Going to be 7 in a couple of laps if these guys don't get their heads down. Try and pull away. If you do want to join us in this league, like I said, this is on the PlayStation 4. Head over to the race department forums. More importantly, head over to the F1 2017 forum on race department, and put your name down in the interest section. Of course, we are starting to take people on for next season on F1 2018 when it comes out. Very nicely done there by Drew, finally getting up to 7th place. He's going to hope that he can just scamper away. And he's got the DRS as well, just to give himself a little bit of a gap. We really hope to gap this almost 7-car battle behind him. Oh, Drew, where are you going? Into the barriers? Huge crash, and that's caught who was that? I think that was Luke that caught the short straw of that. Having to get well out of it, drop down to 11th place. That's a big incident for Drew, who I know will be kicking himself. I know he's not in the best of moods this afternoon. So he's probably kicking the hell out of everything in his house. And anyway, the race continues. The gap in the lead is 2.4 seconds now. So Mitchell doing everything he needs to do. However, I think he will need Sean to fall a little further back than this. Because 7 points isn't going to cut it. If things stay as they are, Sean will be your champion. Kind of a shame that Drew actually crashed in that battle, because that's actually stopped that 7-car battle, split it up a little bit. Of course, we got this one. This is the battle for third. Jerry versus Alex. Alex in the Sauber, Jerry in the McLaren. Sean, Sean's giving himself a penalty. So turn that 2-second gap into a 5-second gap. And he needs to hope that Alex and Jerry battle a little bit more. Well, they're not going to, because Alex pits from 4th place. Guy does as well. I think Mitchell must have made a mistake, because the gap's down to 2 seconds on the road. Right on board with Gerard as he's got Harry behind him. Battle for 6. But this is technically this is the battle for 5th, because you've got Marquez in front of them as well. Oh, there's one thing I forgot to put up on the screen, and that is what tyres everybody's on. There you go. Jared was going to have a look down into the stadium section, but he has not. I think Marquez is going to pit this lap. Yes, he does. Jerry pits from 3rd. Here we go, Harry attacking Gerard for 4th place. He's on the super soft tyres around the outside. Very nicely done. He's going to give himself DRS as well. Oh, Gerard's got DRS as well. I forgot, because Marquez was in front of him. Banging wheels down this straight. He's going to come off the worst. They're still side by side. Not sure if there was a little bit of contact there, but Harry manages to get that place. Battle not over. Because they are on 2 different strategies. You've got Harry on the super soft, Gerard on the soft, and then you've got the guys that they were racing on the ultras. Sean pits from 2nd. Don't know if he's trying to hope for an undercut of some kind, but he's going to need a very big undercut. Like I said, about an undercut of about 5 seconds. Make that 6 to cover off the DRS. Alex sets the fastest lap of the race, an 18.4. And Sean, unfortunately for him, comes out in the middle of this battle. Or should I say just behind it. It's not what we wanted at all. There's going to be one picked off. There you go. Remember, he is on brand spanking new tyres. There's Connor with a penalty. Just how easily is Sean going to pick these guys off? I can't imagine it'll be too difficult. He'll probably get the next one into the stadium. I don't think he's close enough. Oh, I'm talking utter rubbish. He's just taken that 4th place from Gerard. Harry is next on his agenda. Harry very squirrely. That's going to give Sean the run at him. Remember, you have the DRS as well. Gatis pits as well. He's jumped well behind this battle. Oh, and that was Mitchell coming out the pits as well, I think. Was that Mitchell? Was that... No, it is Mitchell. So that 2-second undercut worked pretty well. Sean trying to go around the outside of Harry into this corner, very close. Harry climbs up on that sausage curb. Make sure there's no contact. And now Sean has his challenger directly in front of him. Where's Jerry in all of this? Jerry a long way back. And there's Alex making a position. Has Alex made a pit stop yet? So... No, he has indeed. So at this rate, as he's about to pass Harry for 3rd, the gap is 2 seconds. Oh, that's a dive. Good move. Well, I think that might have been Harry just letting it through. Well, he's making it easy, should I say. Now Mitchell is hoping that Alex can try and interrupt Sean's race now. Because if he does, as Luke retires from the race, I think he just, yep. He comes into the pits and retires the car. That's unfortunate. Alex has already been dropped by Sean. By the 3 seconds. Oh, look at this. Sean's attacking. Remember, not only will he have to pass Mitchell, he will then have to gain 3 seconds. And look at Mitchell going straight to the pit wall to be defensive. You know, he doesn't like to carry too little wing, so Sean usually will drive straight past him, but doesn't quite do it on this occasion. Well, the leagues basically sign up. At the moment, it'll just be a reserve driver until next season. But yeah, you sign up. Just make sure that you read the rules and the regulations as to what driving aids and stuff are on and what isn't. All the races start on a Tuesday at 8 PM UK time. Here's take 2 of the overtake. I think Sean might actually be carrying a bit more wing than Mitchell is this week. try and go around the outside. I think you'll have to get out of bed a bit earlier to do Mitchell like that. And it is nice to see the two championship protagonists fighting each other. We haven't seen it that much this season. Jerry and Hasnain kicking the snot out of each other as well. Got Harry in the pits finally from those super soft tyres. Be a nice little battle to keep an eye on as the race continues. 20 laps remaining! What a dive there by Guy. Not really sure what that was about. I think that was a bit of optimism too far. Unfortunately, Gerard's given himself a penalty. That might just cost him the fourth position. Jerry kind of defending a bit of fresh air there. Oh, Sean's given himself another penalty. That's 6 seconds of penalties. That's put Alex right back into play. $25 points for a victory. 18 for a second place, 15 for a third. So if Sean was to drop to third and Mitchell was to win, that would be a 10-point advantage to Mitchell. Championship fight would be 50 points with 50 up for grabs. Sean's really doing himself no favours. And hello Luke to the chat. And Drew, if you're watching this and not kicking the hell out of everything in your house. When is Sean going to make that pass? Or can he? Is the question. Oh dear, we've got Harry out of the race. He's broken his front wing and rage quit, so we're down to 10. Not sure what that was about. We've still got this good battle for fourth. Mitchell now giving himself a 3-second penalty. I really don't know why he's pushing so much. I don't know if I don't think he realizes that Sean's got 6 seconds of penalties. So he's just putting himself in a position where he's going to cost himself at this rate. even if he had let Sean through, I don't think Sean would have made 6 seconds on him. If we go defensive, Sean gonna go around the outside into turn 1. If he sticks it there, he'll be on the inside for turn 2. Mitchell just halts his progress for turn 3. And of course he's got a second helping a DRS down this straight. Can't do anything with it though. Mitchell holds on for another lap. He needs to be careful. One more penalty and that's going to give Sean this race. Just want to say as well, thank you to everybody watching currently. We do of course have 2 races left this season, as I have already mentioned. Our race in Brazil next week and our race in Abu Dhabi after that. Where it will be lights out on the season and of course the game, because F1 2018 is coming out in 10 days I believe. Whether or not you'll have the same broadcast team, probably not, because of course Gerard pits. Yes, my usual commentary partner, Michael Fleming, is moving back into a race seat for next season. And I'm not sure if I will be around to do the season next season, so, but we will of course see. Lap 20 of 36, they've still got 16 laps remaining in this race. And nothing really happening apart from this battle for the lead. Hasnain and Connor into the pits. They've got to try and get a set of super soft tyres 16 laps to the end of the race. Honestly, these two are going to be sweating absolute buckets by the end of this race. Sean again chooses not to go for the dive. Oh, he's having a look there though. I think that put Mitchell off a little bit. Probably thinking he had to dive out the way to avoid contact. These two were the eventual protagonists of last season. They've carried their rivalries through to this one. And are probably going to carry it through to next season as well. Sean getting a little squirrely on the exit of the last corner. It's given Mitchell a little bit of breathing space. We've also got Gatis attacking Guy further down the field. I say further down the field, that's the battle for 5th. Which is now over as Guy pits. I really do need to stop pressing the wrong button. Marquez pits. Oh, Sean with a huge tank slapper and gives himself another 3 seconds. Gap is now 9 seconds. So Alex is right there now. I don't think Alex has any penalties, so he is 3 seconds in front of Sean at this point. This is all getting rather complicated for my tiny little brain. Keep an eye on that gap. From what I understand, Sean needs to finish 9 seconds in front of Alex to keep second. If he passes Mitchell for the victory, he will need to pull out a 6 second gap now. And all kinds of defensive. Oh, and they touch. Oh, Sean pits. Sean pits. He's obviously trying another undercut. Super soft tyres to the end of the race. 11 laps remaining. Alex pits as well. He's Connor with another penalty. This is all going to spice up now. Here comes Sean in a very nice bit clearer as Alex goes for the ultra soft. I'm not so sure about that strategy call, but he obviously sees a second place in his future, so he's going to try and push. I'm not sure if anything specifically has happened to Marquez or Mercedes. I think they're just not that great, to be perfectly honest. I think Marquez may have had some contact earlier on in the race. And Connor's just got lost a little bit. And that's Gatis around the outside of Jerry, and Sean follows him through. Dives down the inside of Gatis. Oh my goodness me, how did he pull that off? He had to do it. That was a move that he had to do. Push like a wild man now. Wouldn't surprise me if he puts in the fastest lap now. He's doing a nice quiet job there in 4th place. Gotta say. There you go, Sean with the fastest lap of the race of a 17.2. When is Mitchell going to pit? Because he's going to have to. Just needs to make sure that he doesn't lose too much. Alex is driving like a man possessed on those ultras. Will the Ultra Softs last the 9 laps left? It's a very brave decision to go on. Oh, there's Alex's penalty. That's okay, I think he's still got less penalties than Sean. Sean's getting away now, fastest lap of the race again. Marquez with another penalty. Alex trying to go around the outside of Jerry. Makes the move stick. Fortunately, this is taking him a bit longer than he would have expected. Lead gap now down to 14 seconds. Which is quite awkward. I think Alex will be a little bit disappointed that he's on the Ultra Softs and Sean's doing 17 ones. I've got to say, Sean is incredibly consistent. The last 3 or 4 laps have been 17 ones. So he is in the zone. Kind of not sure why Mitchell didn't pit. We got the 2 Toro Rossos battling. They did go a little bit quiet earlier on in the throughout the middle part of this race, but they're battling again. Well, I say battling, I think Marquez has just left Connor for dust. Yep, and as Connor gives himself yet another penalty. What even are track limits? Gatis not being shaken off. Or should I say he's not shaking Alex off? Unfortunately for Alex, the gap between himself and Sean is 10 seconds, which kind of drops him out of that range. It also means that Sean, if my maths is correct, will be the champion come the end of this race. 50 points will be remaining after this race, and the gap will be 53. Like I said, if my maths serves me correct. First time that Sean's lap wasn't a 17-1. So I guess he's had the usefulness of those tyres already. Oh, there you go, Sean with another penalty. I make 12 seconds of penalties. He just can't help himself, can he? Five laps of the Mexico Grand Prix remain, including this one. And everything's kind of died down a little bit now. Mitchell leads from Sean. Alex there in third. Gatis there in fourth. Jerry doing a nice job there in fifth. Guy in sixth. Hasname in seventh. Very quiet race for him. Gerard in eighth. A lot higher up than that earlier on. Marquez there in ninth. Connor there rounding out your runners, because as you can see, Tom in the Ferrari is no longer in the race. I don't even think he really got started. Wow, that left front of Mitchell does not look very happy at all. Still got another 3 laps at least. Look at the rear tyres, can't really see from this angle. I mean, the left rear doesn't look too happy. Right rear as we look at it. I don't think Mitchell quite understands just how much penalties Sean has. .7 seconds a gap. 3 laps including this one. We took a ride with Mitchell earlier, let's take a ride with Sean. Actually, I tell a lie. We had a ride with Sean earlier in qualifying. I was going to ask if anyone's excited about the F1 2018 coming out in a few days' time. But with this being a primarily PC R Factor 2 type environment, I probably expect that the answer's not going to be that favourable. It was also announced earlier that Fernando Alonso will no longer be an F1 driver next season. He's going to be pretty missed. Marquez pits from 9th. Sean gives himself another penalty and he's lost it! No, he hasn't. Good save. Jerry's past Gatis somewhere. Oh, Gatis has a front left puncture, I think. Yes, he does. Front left puncture. On the final lap. Of course, that's what Mitchell is hoping doesn't happen to him. Remember, we saw it with Sean in China, which ended in one of the most ridiculously fantastic endings to a race that we've had in this league. Mitchell also needs to watch out for the lap traffic. I think it's Marquez that's in front of him. I don't think he's going to catch him, no. No, he's not going to catch him. Here we go, out the final corner, and I do believe Mitchell is going to hand his championship over to Sean. I think. There is, unless Alex can pop up in front of Sean on the timing, but I don't think he will. He will not. So, by my counting, Sean is the champion of Season 10. Here comes Jerry to cross the line in 4th place. Guy crosses the line in 5th. We're going to have Hasnain cross the line in 6th. Gerard in 7th. He's got to wait a little bit for Connor to make his way across the line. Gatis crosses the line in 8th. Here comes Marquez, who's the final finisher in this race. Is he going to spectacularly put it in the wall at the end? No, he does not. So there you go, there's your top 3. Mitchell winning the race, but Sean winning the overall championship. And Alex there crossing the line there in 3rd. 15 seconds of penalties there for Sean and for Guy come the end of the race. 12 seconds for a lot. And Marquez with 21 seconds. Penalties. What are you doing, sir? I think you need to reevaluate what you're doing if you're getting that many penalties. So there you have it. Mitchell from Sean, Alex, Jerry, Guy, Hasnain, Gerard, Gatis, Connor, Marquez. So all of our finishers getting points there. Everyone's a winner, just like the Special Olympics. Driver of the day. I would normally ask my co-commentator this question, but of course I don't have one, so I'm going to answer it. I'm going to say Jerry. Very good job there to finish in 4th position. And a very good opening to his race. So yes, the next race, as I mentioned earlier, is going to be the Brazilian Grand Prix, which you can see live on the Race Department Twitch channel at 8 PM UK. So convert that to whichever time zone you're watching it. Congratulations to Sean. Hopefully I haven't prematurely just given him the championship, but I'm pretty sure with a gap of 53 points and only 50 up for grabs, that pretty much makes him the champion, right? So congratulations for him. If you want to get involved, do head over to the Race Department forums on the PS4 section. Put your name down. If you've got this game on the PC and you want to get involved, head over to the PC section of the F1 forums. Yes. All that leaves me to say is thank you very much for watching. It's been a pleasure as always. And we shall see you next time out. Hopefully I will be joined with a co-commentator. But if not, I shall see you next time out for the Brazilian Grand Prix. So from us and everybody else at Race Department, thank you for watching and take care of yourselves.